Selamat Patang, good afternoon. Welcome to this afternoon session of Innovative Research and Industrial Dialogue 2020. This particular session is going to be with the three eminent speakers from the well-known industries such as CTRM and then Falida Motors and then Krusk Assembler. Before we go into the session, let me briefly introduce myself. I am Professor Anand from the Faculty of Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering Technology of University Technical Malaysia, Malacca. I am of course previously I was attached to this Faculty of Manufacturing Engineering. I am very happy to be here and meet such eminent persons. So we go one by one. This forum is like this. First I will introduce the speaker, and the speaker will talk about their particular expertise is about 10 minutes. Because we have three speakers, this session will go about 30 to 40 minutes of their presentation. Then from the three presentations, we will have some common discussion. Meanwhile, the participants can also post your questions either to the individual speaker or in general. So then the discussion session will continue as a forum. Then finally we will come to a conclusion for about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so let me first introduce Mr. Syed Ahmad Faiz bin Syed Yusuf Fazil. He is the Director and Chief Executive Director of Falida Motors Sendrian Berhad. So Mr. Syed Ahmad Faiz was graduated from International Islamic University Malaysia with double major in Marketing and Finance in 1993. He has started his career as a management trainee with Hong Leong Bank Berhad before he was picked up to spearhead the interest-free banking unit. In 1998, he was entrusted as the country CEO to explore business ventures and setting up offices for Radio Care Middle East in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. Mr. Syed has possessed entrepreneurship spirit since his childhood life. In 2001, his passion on business led him to build up his own business in the automotive world. He has started with open his first car showroom as a dealer for Kia and Hyundai, and later a NASA showroom in Kuala Lumpur. In 2002, he was approached by Ming Heng Motor Group, one of the biggest used car dealers in Kuala Lumpur, as a partner in importation of luxury used and reconditioned car businesses. And it goes along, make it short, he has formed FM Auto House Sendrian Berhad and successfully pitched for BMW dealership for the state of Sabah and Labuan Federal Territory. Currently, he is the Director and Chief Officer for Falida Motor Sendrian Berhad. Sir, I invite you now to give away your presentation to our audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. It's an honor to be part of the conference today. I shall start with Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. And to all my other panelists, it's going to be a short and brief and precise introduction from my company. Basically, we started from a very humble beginning, from just a car trader where we became like a dealers for Hyundai and also Kia. And we graduated into going into the premium market segment, which is we were the first Malaysian company who have been appointed as the sole distributor for Rolls-Royce, BMW, Mini, Motorrad, and also importation. And apart from that, my company was given the rights to import from the Malaysian government, to import all those used cars from Europe and also all over the world. As at to date, I think, Alhamdulillah, we have managed to grow the business from a meager $10 million turnover to almost $180 million. I've gone through like a roller coaster ride in this particular thing. I know it's a bit deviating from our current topic, which is manufacturing. What I'm coming through is actually coming from the importation and then also the dealership and also the distribution of cars, as mainly on the premium market segment. So it's actually a very niche market, so it's totally different from the rest of the whatever the rest we're doing now. As at to date, I think we have done almost more than 10,000 units in Malaysia, which I think it's something that I'm proud of as a Bumiputra company. And we continue to strive to move forward. Yes, this year has been a very difficult year for us, and I'm pretty sure that everybody will feel the same as well. But that's why we are here now. We're supposed to exchange opinions, and we're supposed to exchange ideas on how can we move forward towards the year 2021. I always believe that the industry players should actually seek the advice, or should actually put their hands together with the universities, so that we can actually learn from each other. We can come in from the industrial side, and the university should be able to help us in terms of more on the theoretically and also other things, especially the labor movement that we have. When I mention labor movement, we need ample staff. The university should be able to actually provide competent staff, or provide competent students who we can actually absorb from our point of view. I still remember when I first started BMW dealership in Sabah, way back in 2011. In 2010. What I did was I went through all the technical colleges in Sabah. I went and picked up all the bright young students, and I spoke to the dean of the faculty and told them, look, okay, give me 10 of your best students. We will actually sponsor them. And because BMW has this so-called special learning, whereby if you're working with us for more than 2 years, and if you follow the so-called training that were given by BMW Malaysia, you at the end of the 2 years you become a diagnostic specialist. And once you get the certification, you'll be able to actually work in any BMW dealers worldwide. So as said to date, I think I have managed to train and deliver about 200 staff, and they have worked all over the world and all over Malaysia now, mainly in Brunei, Singapore, and other parts of Asian countries. I think that's wrap up my introduction. Maybe we can actually discuss in length after this in the panel session or whatever. I welcome any question if they may be. Thank you very much, Prof.
Thank you for your presentation. So it's very brief, but you explain about how you came into this career and then how you are promoting now. Okay, now we can move on to our second speaker for today. So we start the second one from the Kresk Assemblers Sendrian Berhad, the president and CEO of this particular company, Tuan Zulkifli bin Qasim. He is the founder of Kresk Assemblers Sendrian Berhad, a company providing and assembling of automotive component and parts located in Malacca, Malaysia. Mr. Zulkifli, he graduated from University Technology of Malaysia, University Technology Malaysia UTM, with bachelor survey degrees in property management and valuation in 1985. He has been heavily involved in this various field and related to the manufacturing industry for more than 30 years, and he has built up a company that aims to be a manufacturer and assembler of automotive component and parts in Malaysia and within Asia and Oceania market, as well as for local, with the technical support from the principal. Currently, Mr. Zulkifli bin Qasim is a president and CEO who believes in elevating the skills and knowledge of his team, and this has brought the idea of dream, think and drive. And without further delay, now I invite Tuan Haji Zulkifli bin Qasim to give and explain about his passion in this automotive career. Sir, the floor is yours now. Thank you.
I would like to share a slide of presentation. Can I
Yes,
have
please. Yes,
access
please. You
to
can,
share
sir.
the slide?
You are most welcome to share.
Yep. Okay. Where is the share? Can you hear? Can you see the slide now?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay. How about the slide now? Hey, can you see the screen now?
Yes, we can see now.
All right. Basically, this is the brief information about the company that I'm steering at. There are two companies that we are inactive. One is a truss assembler, and another one is Waxin Media Solutions Sdn Bhd. Both are automotive-based company driven, but different in terms of the way operation and the marketing approach. So let me start with the truss assembler Sdn Bhd in brief. We have been formed in 2008, and we have a facilities factory in Masitana, which have the facilities over 20,000 square feet, and we have been supplied to Honda Malaysia since 2010 on the following part. Let's see this organization. We have two, basically, crash assembler and washing media. On the left side is crash assembler, which is the nature part, the part that we are supplying to, and the Alpine is the one that we are holding the Malaysia distributor right for Malaysia, which we are selling all the Alpine product, a product from Japan to all Malaysia, mainly the dealer from the shop, accessories, and the car OEM that bought from us. Next. This is the current chart of the organization for crash assembler. And we have the mission as being clear here. Therefore, we want to be a manufacturer, assembler, automotive component for Malaysia and local part OEM with the technical support. To support with this exercise, despite the current difficulty of business volume down, we have worked on the other way around. We have expanding our business by buying over a new company. So we are in the midst of buying over UNW Advantech. I can share you the screen. So this is the UNW Advantech, which is currently belong to UNW Corporation. They have a various part of the product. All is automotive based, and we are going to buy over the company. Hopefully, with the current exercise, it can elevate Crush from being just assembler into a manufacturing-based company. So you can see the website. This is the part of product that been currently produced by UNW Advantech. And in fact, if I may share with you guys that we have extended an invitation to University Technical, UTEM, to be part of our R&D team. So we have put forward this proposal way back, I think 3 months ago. Not that one. Apparently they are still in consideration, because this is the very good exposure for UTEM to be active in R&D, because the R&D that they are going to, if they have the opportunity to be part of it, they are going to do R&D that can be commercial, not for research purpose, but it's for the commercial purpose. So you see the GEP product, then you see the oil filter, the air filter, the fuel filter, the carbon filter, the power shift filter, which is all related, which I believe UTEM has those technology in contribution to R&D. So I hope that UTEM can reconsider this golden opportunity, and they still open, but I won't be able to wait for long, because eventually after the due diligence exercise, which is end by January, we're going to proceed the takeover of the company, and by then I don't think the opportunity will be available to UTEM. Okay, coming back to the slide, that we are moving forward. This is the existing part that we are doing. We are supplying a door latch to all the Honda car model. Next, and then this is the facility that we have in the factory in Masita, and this is our location here. Next, and we have been received an award with Honda, and we are part of the top 10 SME company in Malaysia in 2017. Next, and these are the model that we are continue producing. Next, and these are our supply chains. We take the part all over from Asia Oceania. Okay, next. And then this is a company, OC Media, which supply or distributor for Alpine audio for car. And we have the office in Fabrica, Solaris. And next. And this is the our direction. We want to be a preferred #1 mobile media in Malaysia. Next, and this is the flow that we are taking care of Malaysia, apart from Japan and Asia. Then we are taking care of Malaysia, the whole Malaysia. So as a part of the global player, we are actively supplying an audio system to for car OEM and for REM market as well. Next. And this is the product line that we have currently that we sell. Okay, next. And these are the market segment that we are approaching: OEM, A&A, and aftermarket. Next. And these are some of the product range that we go by to some of our client Honda Malaysia, and according to certain model, based on the model by model. Next. And we have now a latest product of 9 inches, and now we have 11 inches of head unit, which can be suited to all Wellfire Alphard for those who are buying a car for recon. So they have the Japanese medium for the players, so we have the solution for that. We can change into a 11 screen unit. Before was 9, now it's 11. Next. And we have razor speakers, and we have a complete solution for all car. So basically, this is the company that I am managing at, and we are moving forward to buy over UNW Avantex. So all in all, inshallah, next year we're going to be a very busy year for us. We will start take control UNW Avantex in February, and we will also possibly eyeing on the 3M company, which is on the automotive segment. We may take over the automotive segment, 3M automotive segment in Malaysia. So that is in brief that we believe in any business, when there is a downturn, we must find a way where forward to go to upturn. So there always be opportunity, there always be a hope, and let's together big hope and together to strive for the good opportunity available. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tuan Zulkifli, for your nice introduction about your company, as well as inviting us and also our students interacting with you. Okay, now we move on to our CTRM CEO, Tuan Samsuddin Muhammad Yusuf. And before he presents his talk, let me introduce him. Samsuddin Muhammad Yusuf was appointed as CEO of Composite Technology Research Malaysia, which well known as CTRM, in March 2016. Of course, CTRM is a member of DRB HiCom and a second-tier manufacturing supplier of the advanced composites components technology for commercial aircrafts, Airbus, and also for Boeing. Tuan Samsuddin has been in the manufacturing industry for more than 30 years, serving several multinational companies, with 14 years of his experience in consumer electronics industry, 11 years in automotive, and 5 years in the aerospace industry. Upon graduating in electronics and electrical from the University of Technology Malaysia in 1988, he landed up with his first job as production leader supervisor at JVC Electronics, and over the years until gradually promoted to general manager at PHN Industry Sendrian Berhad, subsidiary of DRB Hicom until 2004. Among his main accomplishments were setting up 3 new plants involving metal press stamping and welding assembly components for automotive industries. In 2009, Samsudin was invited to join DRB Hicom Group with special task focusing on business turnaround activities. His new venture with the group kicked off with his appointment as Chief Operating Officer for Oriental Summit Industries Sendrian Berhad from 2009 until 2012, followed by Hicom Die Casting Malaysia Sendrian Berhad in 2012 and 2013. Of course, his CV goes a long one, so let me summarize it, and then the highlight of this particular one, he is learned from the pros by the Ministry of Education, CEO at Polit by Ministry of Education, and has been appointed as adjunct professor for engineering faculty, University of Technology, Johor, Malaysia. So without further delay, let me invite Tuan Samsudin for this forum. Sir, the floor is yours and you can explain about CTRM and yourself in this forum. Thank you. So your volume is not coming up. Sir,
it's on
kindly unmute. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, my apology on that. Okay, thank you, Mr. Joseph, for the lengthy introduction. I don't expect that, but it is quite fortunate today and quite coincident for me to be able to meet my automotive colleague, especially Tuan Said and also Tuan Zulkifli. And coincidentally, I also came to know that Tuan Zulkifli was the UTM alumni. Okay, previously, I hope to be able to meet him one of these days, once after the COVID-19 is over. Yeah, I think I don't want to take much of time, and I think at the very beginning we are facing a bit of a technical problem. So without further delay, I would like to seek the permission to allow me to proceed the slide that I have prepared for today. For today's session, basically, I think for the last few days, I've been trying to compile a bit of information about what I plan to share with the UTM side from the lecturers as well as the students. I think I will talk about a bit of CTRM, by virtue we being the company under the DRB Hicom. So basically, allow me to introduce a bit about DRB Hicom. DRB Hicom is one of the Malaysia's leading conglomerate with diversified businesses, especially in automotive, services and education, as well as properties. I think currently the business composition wise, I think about 50 to 65% of the DRB Hicom business is actually involved in automotive. We are the full-fledged manufacturer, distributor, as well as assembler for automotive. And also we are also involved in science and education. We also have our own DRB Hicom University, which is situated or located in Pekan. And of course, we have a small friction business that involved in properties. Currently, in terms of reporting structure, by virtue aerospace aerospace industry is the company that recently is just newly acquired by the IRID somewhere around November 2013. Currently, we have the aerospace sector under the IRID. Beside the other division consists of manufacturing and engineering, automotive distribution, as well as DevTech. And currently, I am reporting directly to my COO, Datuk Jazli Muhammad, and of course, at times I'll be reporting directly to the Group MD, Datuk Sri Syed Fazal Alba. In terms of CTRM, as I mentioned earlier, we have been actually acquired by the IRID in November 2013. CTRM was basically incorporated in 20th November 1990 by the Ministry of Finance Incorporated. In November 2013, of course, IRID acquired CTRM from Ministry of Finance. And of course, the main focus of our business is aerospace and composite manufacturing. So I will explain later what is composite all about. And currently, the size of the factory is 58. We are situated or located at 58 acres of land area throughout 6 buildings. Okay, the size of the building is nearly 1 million square feet. Current employee strength close to 2,300. Prior to the pre-COVID in January, February, the number of workforce almost 3,150, where 250 people is apprentice. So in terms of CTRM, we have 3 main divisions. The first one is Ctrm Aerocomposite, which is focusing on the manufacturing of composite. Much of our activity is focusing on the manufacturing of wings component as well as nacelle component. So for those who may be not really familiar with the word nacelle, nacelle means cover engine, while the wings is all the components that is located at the wingspan on the left and the side, and on the left and the right side of the aircraft. And the other division is called CTRM Composite Engineering, where CTRM Composite Engineering is involved in multiple product development. We used to build catamaran before. We also involved in the monorail composite development. We also have some aerospace interior parts, like for example, lavatory and galley. And we also recently been awarded several businesses in satellite communication with Cobham, US as well as Germany. And then other than that, we are also the full-fledged providing services for laboratory, for testing and calibration, not only to the aerospace industry, but also to the construction, oil and gas, as well as other sector of the industry. Currently, CTRM turnover in 2018 is almost reaching 953 million. Of course, last year, due to the resetting of the business calendar from April to March into January to December, so we only able to capture 9 months of our revenue. That is why the revenue in last year was 731.5 million, but this year we are forecasting to close about 532.9 million only due to the COVID-19 impact, which has cost us almost 400 million in terms of revenue reduction. Our customer, as mentioned by Joseph just now, we are the global supplier that supply to Airbus and also tier 1s. We are tier 2. So we are supplying to tier 1 in likes of Spirit, Collins Aerospace in US, as well as directly Airbus Toulouse and also Airbus Hamburg, as well as the other one in Prestwick, UK. This is in terms of organization, of course, currently in CTRM. And of course, I would like to share a bit what and why is composite. Basically, composite is an alternative material that we use instead of aluminium or metal in order to make the aircraft as they are flying become more lighter. So in a way, this will help to reduce the emissions that is generated when the aircraft is flying. As we all, as for your information, that whenever you fly an aircraft, 50% of the cost is actually contributed by fuel. So for as long as we are able to make the aircraft more lighter, that will help to reduce the emission, as well as to be able to reduce the fuel consumption as well. So in terms of the characteristic of this composite, they are much more tougher, or the strength is much more higher than a metal or even alloy parts. So this is just to give you some idea what is the composite evolution in terms of the consumption by the different generation of the aircraft. So what we have highlighted in the rates, like for example, in lights of A32, A320, this is the single aisle aircraft that mostly purchased by AirAsia and also by the many airlines that involved in the low-cost carrier business. So of course, this A320 was introduced somewhere around 1990, but during that time, the utilization of composite less than 10%, but later it has been expanded to almost 20%. But for the new generation of aircraft, like for example, the twin aisle A350, and also the recent China new build aircraft, and also the Russian aircraft MC-21, the composite content has increased tremendously. That has almost reached nearly 50%. So of course, despite the pricing of the composite may be slightly higher, but the fact that it can offer a much lighter in terms of the development of airplane as well as even automotive, like for example, in the likes of Formula One and whatnot. So in a way that will help in terms of the overall cost to be lower, as well as the contribution to the what we call energy efficient. So this is the journey of CTRM in early 1990s. We started with the humble beginning with the assembly of two-seater aircraft. We call it Eagle E150B, that the Ministry of Finance actually able to acquire this company from Australia. So that is where we started to send about nearly 50 engineers to Australia to learn up on how to manufacture and assemble this aircraft. So over the years, at the same time, a few years later, about nearly coming to year 2000, there is another group also that we have been sending to Lance Air, US, to also acquire another know-how in terms of the aircraft assembly as well as the manufacturing of the components. And through this combination of knowledge and experience that I have gained, as they come back, so we started to assemble the two-seater aircraft in Batu Berendam, Malacca. But of course, due to the limited market that we can offer for this aircraft, so as a result, we decided to change our course and started to focus on component development and production. So that is where I think during the early days in early 2000, the Ministry of Finance started to hire or engage the consultant. We call it Short Brothers from Ireland. That is where we started to set up this composite industry proper by investing on all the key before we start to assemble our first component. We call it a fixed trailing edge for the aircraft. So with Airbus. So I think after we have successfully done this, and we have managed to achieve the quality specification as well as the delivery timing and of course more important, that in a way has paved CTRM to be able to participate to the various aircraft model over the years, including one of Airbus, they call it EC130. So we started with only one program in early 2000. Today, we proudly to announce that we have participated entirely about 22 programs on 13 aircraft model, and of course we have one helicopter model with us involving 5 OEMs. So this is just basically to give you some idea what are the components that CTRM manufacture. As I mentioned earlier at the early part of this presentation, much of the component that we are producing is focusing on the left and the right side of the wings. So as you fly an aircraft, if you look up at outside the window towards the wingspan, actually to build such a long wingspan, there are lots of components involved. So this is where actually CTRM capability comes in to actually manufacture the multiple component that is assembled on the wingspan of the aircraft. And on the other part is on the nacelle or the cover engine. So we are building not only for A350, but we also manufacture for B787 and also for A220 C series. So this is just to give you some idea about what are the types of components that we have been manufacturing all these years for the single aisle A320, as well as A350 twin aisle, as well as for the A400M military aircraft that currently the Ministry of Defense.
Tuan Samsudin, sorry to interrupt. You can have maybe another 2-3 minutes, please, because so that we can have more discussion later. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Joseph. And the other one is the Dreamliner of B787. So this is just to share with you what are the equipments that we use in order to manufacture those components. And also we have our testing laboratory with us in order for us to provide the testing and calibration services to the various industry, as I earlier mentioned. And this is the composite non-aerostructure division that we have the capability to produce various parts, not only limited to aerospace, but also non-aerospace, such as the earlier what I've mentioned is monorail, as well as the SATCOM, and also some of the galley and laboratory for the aircraft use. So in terms of human capital, of course, currently we have about 21% female employee and 46% of the CTRM employee are Gen Y, where 99.9% are Malaysian. We don't exactly hire any foreign worker except 2 specialists that actually handling our robots. That is from China. So this is some of the talent management framework on the people development that we have, which covering leadership, skill, knowledge, and career. And also these are some of the collaboration that CTRM has with the various party and agency throughout the year. We also offer the diploma in degree in engineering composite technology that we have developed and has been endorsed by MOHI. And these are some of the specialist development framework for the various specialist competency skill covering all this in the aerospace. And this is all the awards that CTRM has achieved. And the most prestigious one this year is the Airbus accredited member after we have continuously secured without fail for the last 4 to 5 years. And the last one is the Asia Corporate Excellence for the Sustainability Award. So with that, I end my presentation on behalf of CTRM.
Thank you, Tuan Samsudin, for your nice explanation about CTRM. Okay, now the participants, researchers and student friends, you can post your questions in the chat box. Meanwhile, since we urge Tuan Syed to start at the beginning, he would like to extend some of his more presentation. So we will invite him once again, and he can add on some of the points he wanted to add on. Sir, Tuan Syed, please.
Yes, okay. Yeah, I'm here. Thank you very much. Thank you to my two panelists, Encik Samsudin and Encik Zulkifli. It was a very intriguing presentation. This is the my presentation that I prepared and which I passed to the organizer before. And let's just go through it on the well, I just purposely put it in living in the fasting because I think the last 20 years of my life have been dedicated to the development of my company. All right, now next, please. Hold on, yeah. I think, yeah. So this is actually our video of a launch of my company way back in 2013. This is the first BMW, Rolls-Royce, Motorrad, and Mini showroom. This building was purposely built when we actually were given the mandate to become the sole distributor for BMW Group. And in this part of the world, or I think throughout the world, we can only see one building who hold or host three brands under one roof. If you go to Munich or any other parts of the world, you can see that each brand has a different corporate identity. Each brand will need to have their own showroom. Whereas we were the first one in the whole world who managed to bring all the three brands together. It was one of the biggest party we throw over in Sabah at that point of time, and up until today, people are still talking about it. And what the crucial part on this was when we took over the business, we actually turned around the brand in Sabah from just they were selling at probably only one car per month, and when we took over the business before I sold the business in 2018, we were doing about 500 units of BMW a year, just for Sabah. We managed to even sell about 6 units of Rolls-Royce. You'll be surprised that Sabahan are very wealthy people. They have a lot of money. They bought about 6 Rolls-Royce from me, which I cannot tell who bought it. So you can see this was the video that we did when we first launched. Okay, I think just a few more minutes before we move on to the next slide. Yeah. So you can see the showroom was a purpose-built showroom. Right? Okay, next slide, please. Yes. This is some of the launches that we did in my showroom, from the latest DB11 to Rolls-Royce Wraith and other parts. Okay, this one, I think it has been discussed in length by Prof. Anand just now. Next slide. Can we go for next slide? Yes. Okay, next. Okay, next. I've discussed that in length, that we were the first one in Sabah. We took over the brand, right? Okay, next. Some of the event that we did again. Yeah, next. This is mini. We did mini showroom and whatnot. Yeah, Motorrad. Next. Florida Moto. Okay, next. Next. this is our main showroom in Damansara. So we host about almost 300 units of cars now in Damansara showroom, from Japanese brand to Continental to the latest crazy Mustang. Right. Next. Well, that's about it. That's a quote from Jack Ma. A real businessman or entrepreneur has no enemies. Once you understand this, and the sky is the limit. I think that. Thank you very much, Prof. Anand. Right.
Thank you very much, Tuan
We shall proceed
Syed
to the next,
and all other panels.
agenda.
Now we can move on to the actual forum or the discussion session. Because, dear participants, researchers and student friends, now we know that who are the people today in our forum, and you can start posting your questions in the chat box. I am already receiving some questions. The first question, I think it's very straightforward, and it goes to Tuan Samsudin, CTRM. Can composite be declared as smart materials? Sir, can you get the question? Tuan Samsudin, please.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Please.
The question again?
Can composites be declared as smart materials? Because we know that in aerospace applications, mostly we are using composite.
Yeah. Okay, I think probably the composite name itself probably may be a bit alien to us in Malaysia. But actually, this technology, we call it composite, has been existing more than 50 years old. Okay, and of course, in the aerospace industry, I think the utilization of composite has been there since many years ago. So I would not mention that this is a smart material, but this is an alternative material that has been used as part of the effort to overcome or to reduce the weight of any transport that has been manufactured, be it on the airplanes, be it on the automotives, or even in the shipyard. And also I think a sports car, luxurious sports car. I think Tuan Syed may be very familiar with this. Some of the fenders or even hoods or certain luxury car, they will utilize a lot of composite. As I mentioned earlier, composite is not cheap. Like for example, in Formula One, the whole entire body of Formula One is constructed by composite in order to make the racing car become more lighter and also aerodynamic. So same goes to the airplane because as I mentioned, the objective is just about making more lighter, but at the same time it can offer more higher strength that even on the metal component. So I would not rather mention that as a smart component because it has been exist more than 50 years, but it is just like an alternative to the existing component in order to provide a different features and also what they call advantage in terms of the lightweight and also to reduce emission in order to support the green technology.
Okay, Tuan Samsudin, thank you very much. Can I request to open up your video so that the participants can view? Thank you. And there is one more question also directly to you. The question is, due to the environmental concerns, what CTRM has done with composite waste materials? Thank you, sir, for opening up your video. I'll repeat the question. Due to the environmental concerns, what CTRM has done with composite waste? I hope you got my question, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, very clear. So basically, we have for several years, I think in the past years, we have been actually engaging various parties in Japan and even the local university in trying to find ways and alternative how to extract the carbon from the waste of this composite, because our composite base is carbon fiber to be precise. So somehow, I think until this day, I think looking at the process to extrude or to extract this carbon is very, very expensive. So we could not actually come up with any solution even until at this moment, be it internationally or even locally, after we have been doing. I think there are several attempts that has been done by even UTEM, I think on this. We had already signed up an MOU, even I think more than 2 years, since Lima days. We are still actually continue to explore, but at the same time, we also have created an alternative to work with our Japanese partner to see how can we try to recycle this. Because at this moment, all this current product of ours, we purchase it from UK and also certain parts of US. And so far at this moment, they have not much of activity in terms of recycle or even to reuse the by-waste that has been generated. And currently we are, of course, we have no choice but also to discharge them as part of our scheduled waste at this moment. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your detailed explanation and answer for the question. Okay, now there are some questions which may be open to any one of the panelists. So the question now first, how far the industries have known about IR 4.0, that is Industrial Revolution 4.0? And then are we ready for it in Malaysia to adopt the culture and to accept the challenge with IR 4.0? I think this question is open. Tuan Syed or Tuan Zulkifli or even Tuan Samsudin, anyone can try to express your views. Thank you. I hope everybody got the question right. So now everybody talking about IR 4.0. Are we ready for it? Are we ready to accept the challenge and then move on with that, or do we have any challenges to face to continue on that?
Okay. May I answer this question?
Yes, yes, Tuan, please continue.
Okay, the question is how far industry have known about Industry 4.0, whether we're ready or not. Actually, this fall back to the individual companies. Because Industry 4.0 is not something new. If we know the current technology of evolution over industry for other part of the world. The only thing is for Malaysia that the government has spear the initiative in promoting the Industry 4.0. But as an entrepreneur, as a company, we must always be ready and must always look forward for any new technology or new ventures which can uplift our level of operation to a more efficient and to more effective manner. So as for CRAS, we are already implementing Industry 4.0. We are one of the first company in Malacca which have been recognized and has obtained a MIDA recognition to start with Industry 4.0, which is now at the final stage before we buy off on going for live position, which we can see the advancement or the benefit of Industry 4.0 technology. We can see that how the data been analyzed, how data can be produced lively, how the big data is being managed, and how that data can help us in making decision, critical decision, how to identify a problem, a potential problem by analyzing the data, and how data can be accessed not only at the operation base but remotely from away from where it's being operated. So right now, I would say that I believe others, my colleague, those are more advances like CTRM and Tonside, I believe more advances and knowledge about this present technology. But as for CRAS, we are ready, and I believe the others with similar size for my company also will be ready to adapt a new approach, new technology. And I would like to take this opportunity to share this knowledge or this information should any of the industry which about to know, about to start, about to embark the 4.0 at their operation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. And another question also directly to you, Tuan Zulkifli. The question is, in your opinion, what is the future of electric car in Malaysia? Sir, I hope you got my question.
Yeah.
Okay,
I can
thank
see
you.
clearly. This electric car in Malaysia, they have been this has been talking. This has been the issue been talking for the last few years, and it seems to be that the government have, through MAI, have initiated the implementation of electric car. But as for Malaysia, we as a player, a class assembler, we are depend very much on the OEMs company, which is we have the Honda, Toyota, Proton, Produa, Nissan, which in Malaysia. It depends on them whether they prepare to bring the electric car in Malaysia. But I believe as for one side, it's the same. It depends on your principal, whether your principal is willing to share. Like BMW has started the plug-in hybrid car, which is also is electric car. But as for full electric car, which is based on the battery, which is the way I see on the other information that make available from my main client Honda Malaysia, the electric car in Malaysia will be more to come in year 2027, inshallah. So, and effectively will be 2030, based on the information that I derived from some of the information. Thank you very much.
Okay, Tuan, thank you very much. Now I can pose a question to Tuan Syed. Okay, the question is, how manufacturing knowledge can enhance automotive business? Because you may be a manufacturing engineer by your studies, but now you are in the automotive business. So is it really helps or? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Anand. Before I go to that question, I would love to shed some light with on the issue of the electric cars. Just to share with everyone here today. 2 years ago, I signed a MOU with the Green Tech Malaysia, Malaysian Green Technology, Green Tech. So in the MOU, it stated that in one of my companies, which is we call it FM Electric Cars, Sdn Bhd, we're supposed to develop the electric super fast electric charging station in Malaysia, and also to bring in electric cars for Malaysian market. It is sad to say that Malaysia is not ready to hold the electric revolution. Why I said this, because even though MARI now, previously it was known as MAI, now it's MARI. Even in the NAP, the National Automotive Policy, have not even stated the importance of electric cars in Malaysia. We are still talking about the hybrid model, which is, I think, in Japan, it's already become obsolete. I was actually invited to be one of the panel in the third national car project, which together with Mike and Dream Age, and I bluntly told them, like, we do not need a third national car if it is going to be a hybrid model. Coming from BMW, when BMW first started the plug-in hybrid, we sold the most cars in Malaysia. And if you notice that Malaysia has the highest number of electric cars now, not because Malaysia or Malaysians likes electric car, but because of the duty that were given by the government. What makes that the car become more cheaper than the rest. So we are not ready. We do not have the so-called the ambience. We do not have the environment. We do not have the blueprint. We do not have even the roadmap on how we're going to handle this. If you notice that if you read in most of the cars magazine or cars blog, in year 2025 onwards, EU countries will start to ban. They're going to ban diesel engine, and also probably in 2027 they're going to ban petrol engine. So the world moving towards that, because in 2016, when every country has signed the Paris Accord, stating that we need to actually lower the carbon footprint. So do Malaysia. So I don't know what will happen next. I do not wish to comment further on this, because there's a lot of issues, there are political issues going on, and so on and so forth. Maybe we can do it over a cup of coffee outside the forum or something. To answer the question of how manufacturing knowledge can enhance automotive business, I think again, 2 years ago, I started this electric bike project in Indonesia, whereby I was one of the investors who invested some money in the Indonesian company. We came up with the first electric bike product in Indonesia. Primarily because if you see Indonesia, they do not have national car project. They don't even have motorbike project. So we actually brought in this bike from Italy. It's a joint venture between a local Indonesian company and an Italian company, and we started to manufacture the bike in Indonesia. Unfortunately, again, because of the cost of the battery, we managed to secure about 50,000 sales, but the problem was we do not have the so-called supply of battery. At that point of time, 1 kilowatt battery is going to cost us about $200. So the bike needs about 2 kilowatt batteries to start the project. And when I went to the Malaysian government, telling them, look, because under the Green Tech at that point of time, they have this grant of 2 billion ringgit. So I just need about 250 million to come up with the thing. The government was not supportive enough, and the project went back to Singapore and so on and so forth. So yes, manufacturing will play a very important role in anything that you do, but the thing is, how do you actually apply that knowledge in the current world now? As you can see, if you look at the Bloomberg data, manufacturing data has dropped to minus 4.6% in the 9 months of 2020, and our GDP also have dropped by minus 6.4%. Officially, what I can say on the Malaysian economy is in recession. The last recession that we had was probably in year 2009, when at the point of time our GDP fell by only 1.5%. So it's actually very alarming. I think it's affecting everybody. But I said, I'm just hoping that this vaccine that they have will be able to alleviate the issues, and we will be able to at least live not like what we have lived before, but at least we can help to open up the economy and so on and so forth. I think if that answered the question.
Okay, you well said. And then the question was only about how manufacturing into automotive, but you go into deep into the finance also. Thank you very much. Okay, and then one more question to you. During this pandemic time, how do you manage to get your car sales? Can you able to elaborate or?
Well, it was a surprise for me when 2019, of course, the first part of the MCO, which is from March, April, and June, when the government decided not to open up the economy, we were badly hit by it. But the moment when the government started to open up the market again, which is the economy, we have seen that people, I think partly because of the moratorium that the government gave, and one of the things that government has, the initiative from the government was to give a 50% discount on the sales tax. That actually boosted up my sales, and we hit the record high in terms of number of sales for 2019 as compared to year on year as compared to for 2020 as compared to 2019. So to answer this question is very simple. There are people out there who still have money, and it's just a matter of how do you actually try to entice them to buy the car. So you've got to actually change the way you sell things. You actually change the way you do business. More of the sales are now towards social media and so on and so forth. So if you know that Malaysia is a very broad middle income earners, and these are the people who still have the money. it's you got to go back like what Mr. Samsudin said just now. You got to look at the analytical data. You need to look at the big data things. You need to move within that kind of environment. You need to know how to funnel the sales database towards your company. And I'm happy that we have managed to do that so far. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, thank you very much. Take that question alive and then move on to CTRM. So now we are talking about how the sales was affected during this pandemic. Now the question is to CTRM, how this pandemic changed the view of composite industry in your perspective, also on the research part.
I think by virtue that CTRM involved in the aerospace industry, and as we all know that the aviation industry has been hit hard quite badly, where I think almost, I can remember the number, but almost the entire aircraft has to be grounded. And I think country to country have actually imposed a lot of lockdown. For our country, for that, actually, we start our lockdown somewhere around March to April. I think March to May, okay, and then subsequently there are many countries start to follow the same steps. So because of that, indirectly, I think Airbus and Boeing has been badly affected, and in terms of their sales. So of course, for us being the tier 2 that supplies to tier 1 inlets of Spirit Aerosystem, Collin Aerospace, GKN and Sonaka globally, the moment the Boeing and Airbus start to pull their handbrake somewhere around April to May, entirely the tier 1 have to do the same. And subsequently, that just a matter of creating a domino effect to tier 2 like us. That is why I think our 400 million of revenue for this year, which is contribute to a nearly 42.6%, has been wiped out from our account. But nevertheless, I think as what Tuan Syed mentioned, we still say Alhamdulillah, because while many companies have not able to weather this storm, they are struggling to pull through. Alhamdulillah for CTRM, because the fact that we have been embarking on various cost saving initiative for the last 4 years until this year. I think that in many ways has in a way has helped for us to be able to cushion up to the extent that we are still able to maintain our profitability. Maybe in terms of the absolute number has been reduced by 50 to 60%, but nevertheless we are quite grateful that we are still able to remain profitable. And because of that also, I think a lot of this research and development, but for our industry we call it research and technological development, because we are not building any cars. Like when I was in automotive, we have new cars to be introduced almost every year. The current aircraft that we have normally will last until 20 odd years, right? So you can hardly see a different shape of aircraft on annually, like those in automotive, right? So of course there's a lot of improvisation going on, but until today, after 50 years, the looks of the aircraft still looks the same. There's not much change on that, but there are some design improvement they have made at the wingspan or in the body in order to reduce the drag, so as to improve the efficiency of the aircraft as part of their effort to reduce the fuel consumption and whatnot. But still, I think because of that, with the effects that we have in this COVID-19 for this year, we have to redefine our strategy. Basically, we used to be participating on the R&D development that we have allocated almost nearly 1.5 to 2 million every year. But for this year, together with Airbus and Boeing, we have to pull our handbrakes, and we have to take just selective measures depending on what kind of development customer requires us to do. Only for that, we will allocate some amount of money or some fund for us to continue to our exploration on the development of our R&D activity. So basically, R&D is something that we must do. This is in aerospace. We have to the processes is not like automotive or even electronics. Electronics and automotive is pretty mature, but aerospace is a slow pace, and there are many technology exploration need to be done, and there are many attempts at this moment for them to try to redefine the way they manufacture their products and their panels. So that is why I think I'm quite grateful with the little experience that I have in electronic and in automotive. In a way, I will be able to guide my teams how to pull through during this difficult and challenging period. Yeah.
Well done, well done.
Thank you very much for your detailed and well established answer for that. Okay, so now we are also coming to our time. Okay, because we are a technical university, we have many young talents, and we are especially on manufacturing engineering students. So as a engineering faculty and engineering students what we have, so is there any opportunity for our students or as a young researchers we can have some collaboration with your automotive sector or maybe aerospace sector? So what are the opportunities we can have, and then can you explain? Maybe everyone can share your views. Thank you.
Maybe Tuan Zul want to start first.
Yeah.
Tuan Syed and Haji, we, as a beginning of my presentation, Cik Samsudin and moderator, we last 2 to 3 months, we have extend exclusive invitation to UTEMs. Not just a collaborator for R&D, we invite you to be our partner, because we believe that to do a collaboration on the normal collaboration relationship, they may not be so effectively, because the company is belong to somebody else and industry just be a collaborator. But we have made an offer to be a partner for our new takeover with UNW Advantage. And I think this is a very good opportunity for UTEM to consider, because as I shared in the slide, UTEM, the UNW Advantage is producing the automotive parts, which is directly
Thank you.
could be benefit to UTEM in their R&D research. So to answer this, as far as my side is concerned, you are most welcome. UTEM are most welcome. The factory is in Malacca. I am orang Malacca. Of course, I would like to promote local university in Malacca to be the first university to gain access to R&D and R&D area in the way that I can share it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your positive acceptance. And can I move on to the other panels? Maybe Tuan Syed?
Well, thank you, Prof. Cik Zulkifli and Cik Amsud. I do have a question actually for Cik Zulkifli, but I think we are running out of time. Yes, to answer your question, Prof, I have done a few collaboration before with UTEM, together with a few faculties, and I think we will continue to explore the possibility of doing a bilateral thing between
Thank you very
universities
much.
and us. Yeah.
I think Joseph, for CTRM, I think UTEM is nothing new to us. It's always near to our hearts. There's a lot of our employee that has been pursuing degree and even PhD with UTEM. And for that, I would like to thank UTEM for giving us the opportunity to send our employee to UTEM, and we will continue to do so. So in terms of collaboration, I think the door is always open. We have been receiving on and off lecturers from UTEM who has been attached in CTRM for them to continue to doing some research. And of course, we always will allow this collaboration to continue. We welcome you. Of course, as what Tuan Zul mentioned, we are Malaccans. Of course, we need to support university in Malacca, definitely. And I think there are many areas I think we can explore. And I hope the engineers, the student in engineering, and even in information technology and whatnot, and even in human resource, for that matter, please, you are all welcome to join us in CTRM to do whatever research that you may want to do. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir, for your positive response. Dear ladies and gentlemen and participants and researchers, please join with me to thank all the three panels. Today they spend the time and then they share all our ideas, and which enabling us for this particular forum, which is advancing future manufacturing through university and industry smart partnership. Definitely it's going to be a very useful one for all the participants. And with this, I would like to thank each and every panel on behalf of the University Technical Malaysia Malacca, in particular Faculty of Manufacturing Engineering. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day and stay safe. Yeah.
So hopefully Tuan Syed and Cik Samsudin we get in touch.
Yeah, insyaAllah.
Boleh.
Yeah,
I'm
insyaAllah.
very interested to see if there any tolerative exercise can be done. Particularly,
Just for Tuan Syed information.